Welcome to Beyond the Classroom with Miss LaRose, the podcast where we explore stories, experiences, and ideas that shape education and life beyond the classroom. Today, I have a very special guest. The reason why she's so special is because she's a very dear friend of mine. She's actually my bestie. Meet Christina Lopez. Now, Christina has no idea what we're going to be talking about today. She wanted to come on the show to just have a conversation. So, Christina, the topic today is Inside the Heart of a Teacher.
I love this topic.
Inside the Heart of a Teacher. Now, Christina, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. My name is Christina Lopez. I have been working in the school system for about 6 years now, ranging from pre-K 3, pre-K 4, first grade.
Yes, we met in first grade.
I met Elizabeth. Miss LaRose? Liz?
Whatever.
Okay. All the above. So yes, I've had some experience. I also helped raise my little brother as well, which definitely led me towards being a teacher.
How much older are you than your young brother?
I think 14 years.
14 years.
Big
wow.
difference.
Wow. So currently, what do you do?
So currently, I'm working with pre-K 4, which was a dramatic shift from pre-K 3. Mm-hmm. A lot more independence, very different, but also just seeing, it's really great to see the shift from pre-K 3 to pre-K 4 and how all those things that you taught in pre-K 3, how it shows in pre-K 4 and how
this is with 3 and 4-year-olds.
It's insane.
That is amazing. What is your role in the classroom currently?
So I'm an assistant teacher. So what that looks like is I'm in the classroom really looking to see, it's very interesting. It's actually, it kind of feels like almost like our friendship, but in a professional sense where I'm looking to the teacher, almost observing what she needs and being able to operate based on that connection.
Leadership.
Yes.
Leadership is everything. Now, if you don't have the right leader, you won't know where to go. I love that. Now, because I know you're a very intuitive person and you're a very warm person, how does your classroom feel?
So my aim every year, especially when we work together, is always to have harmony. So whenever I have a lead teacher, what I look to is really looking to see what her or his attitude is like in the classroom, whether it's more assertive, whether it's more, just more presence. Depending on what that looks
Being
like,
present. Yep.
I'll shift how I show up in the classroom, whether there is more presence needed or more kindness, more heart, more love. So this year particularly, I was very honored to work with a very knowledgeable teacher, and she had everything. She knew what she was doing. She's had years of experience. I had to learn what her language was in teaching, and that looks different every single year with every single teacher that you work with.
Now, how does that affect the students?
It's so interesting you say that. I think if there is a
gap,
between what kind of teaching is really appropriate and best in the classroom and what is showing within the lead teacher at the certain time or at the certain year, it can make things very difficult. Because my job is to pretty much read your needs as lead teacher.
Right.
But if there is no communication, if the leadership is not open and honest or at least self-reflective, it's very difficult to read that and know what the needs are.
Wow.
And you see it in the students.
Tell me more about what we see in the students.
In the students, you'll see more behavioral issues. You'll see low confidence, right? Because at the end of the day, everything is time management. And you had a guest on your podcast, Patricia, who spoke on how the classroom moves so fast. So we have everything scheduled. Everything is already set. And when there is a lack of presence and just knowing how to move in the classroom as a lead teacher and knowing how to do the transitionary period so that it moves smoother, kids can sense that. They can really sense that there is a gap between your confidence as a teacher and what you're asking from students and their ability to receive it and comply.
Even with 4-year-olds?
Even with 4-year-olds. Even with 3-year-olds.
Wow.
You see the difference. And it's really great. What I learned when I first taught with Liz is that, Miss LaRose. Miss LaRose is that her aim in teaching was, one, to make sure that every student understood whatever she was teaching. 2, to also show up in a sense where you can tell that she wanted to be there. And that's very important as a teacher. To set, like, the kids can see it. I've seen it from, it's so interesting, as assistant teacher, you can see it from the sideline. Mm-hmm. You see their eyes and how, like, they're more confident because, like, Miss LaRose knows where we're going. She knows the expectation. We need to line up in a certain way so that we can now comply and move forward to the next transition.
Wow.
But if you don't have that discernment,
yeah, the class will be chaos. So let's go back to the heart of teaching, because we talked a lot about pretty much the logistics of why it's important to be consistent. But what kind of teacher did you think that you would be compared to what you are actually now? Because I know that you didn't originally want to be a teacher, right? So what kind of teacher did you think you would be? And what kind of teacher are you now?
I think I was going to be like Miss Frizzle.
Really?
Yeah, I thought so. I had very quickly found out that you kind of have to move a certain way. Yeah. And I actually had a 8th grade teacher. She was amazing, Miss Klutzer. I would never forget her. She showed up in a sense almost like Miss Frizzle, but she had more like zhuzh to her. Like, there was a confidence there that if she gave a look, which, as you know, I have that look.
Have that look. Listen, we all have that teacher look.
Yes. She didn't say much, but if she gave you the look, you knew there was something that was not going the way that it's supposed to. Or at least that you knew there was some disrespect without really saying much. So I thought it was going to be like Miss Frizzle, like kind of like, like happy and just like, yeah. But I found my own
flow.
way.
Yeah,
my
your own flow,
I guess you can say. And it pretty much looks like having that equilibrium between showing up very loving and being there for the hugs, which I think is very important, just being warm. Again, you have kids for 8 hours. You are their
a long day.
School mom, dad.
You are.
So that is very difficult for children to not just detach from parents, but also to feel comfortable in a place that's not bed and is not dinner.
And every day can look different. Can you tell me about what a good day looks like and what a bad day looks like for you?
A perfect day.
Perfect day?
Perfect day. Perfect day looks like transitions moving smoothly. Children's being emotionally just intact, coming in, having slept 8 hours the night prior, had breakfast, A day that doesn't quite look like that, and you can see by the tantrums or just emotionally just frazzled, you can see that when they don't get enough sleep, when they don't get enough, or they don't eat breakfast. And I always ask that. I always ask, what did you eat for breakfast? And I get the question of, why are you asking that? Why are you interested? Because it matters. Because I know what I am like when I don't have food. So.
And what about a bad day? Or not so good day. I don't want to say bad day, but.
A not so great day would look like between transitions having a hard time lining up. Or because there's a child who wants to get one thing done and we said 5-minute reminder and they're having a hard time because it's not related to the classroom. It's related to whatever happened
Whatever's
at home,
going on with them.
Whatever's lacking, right? So you have to come to their level, So that takes away time from the transition, Or, kind of like that. Where it's like there's more emotional
regulation needed.
Yeah.
And does that include napping? If they don't nap, is that...
Nap is hard.
Napping is hard.
Napping is hard. If you're not a napper, it is a very difficult time. We like to say in the classroom that napping, or we call it rest. We don't call it nap.
Oh, okay.
We call it rest. Like, everyone needs rest. Your body is deserving. You had a full day, and now it's time for your body to rest and then continue the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But even then, that's hard, right? For certain students, it's very difficult to sit in one place. Remember, And this kind of goes into where we are in this world right now, where we have the gratification that's very consistently, very fast, lots of colors on our screens, get, like video games and all these things kind of have an effect. Like you see it. It's very hard to sit still, right? So that kind of what it looks like.
What did you have to unlearn as a teacher when you became a teacher?
So much. So much. And this is kind of goes into how you were brought up.
Yeah. Oh.
So different. Let me tell you.
Talk about it.
So different. Yeah, I had to learn a lot. So we can't whip children?
No. Yeah. No, obviously no. But yeah.
Or like just having like patience. Like I just remember, and I'm sure you had this experience as well. If you had a cup and for some odd reason it spills and your parents having this very strong reaction to a mistake. And now it's like I see them in the classroom, and of course with learning you're like, oh, it's okay, let's just get paper, let's clean it up. And you look back and you're just like, wow, like my parents did not react like that, So like all these things you're kind of undoing with experience and like learning how to talk to them. Kind of like a friendship.
Exactly like a friendship. Yeah. I will definitely, I'm going to agree with that because as a first grade teacher, I had to understand that students today need more of an explanation. Because growing up, that's because I said so, right? But now it's really important, especially with social emotional learning, they have to be told and explained, why are we doing this? And in doing that, I don't think people realize, or teachers don't realize, it actually minimizes the questions later on. Because then they already know from before, oh, Miss LaRose or Miss Lopez did tell me that this is the reason why we're doing it. Right. So I think unlearning some things from our own childhood experiences requires us to unlearn the things from our childhood experiences, which, it's not easy. It's not easy.
I can actually add to that.
Yes, please do.
Like, there's this concept that we speak about in the classroom where you want to create this trust with children, and the trust really comes from, again, like you said, over-explaining, telling them every step. Why am I cleaning up 5 minutes before? This creates trust, and I saw it at the end of the year because I actually I had two children repeat kind of the next grade. So I had them for 2 years now. So it was so interesting to see how they changed completely because the class was so different. We had a different lead teacher. We had a different system. And she always says, the more you explain, the more trust is. Yes. If I say I'm going to give you a sticker after this transition, I have to comply. Because if not, why would you trust us transitioning or there being a fire drill?
Because last time you said you would give me a sticker and you didn't. It. And kids remember.
Yes.
Kids remember. I can definitely agree with that. And I'm also reminded of many times I was yelled at by my students for not complying. You promised me, Miss LaRose. What happened? And you know what? You're right. Huh?
They held you accountable.
They held me accountable. And part of being a teacher today is saying, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm wrong.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So we were brought up in the sense of, you're doing it because I said so. So what did that look like, the transitionary period between do it because I said so and saying you're right? Like, how did that feel when you first started doing it?
When I first started doing it, I felt very annoyed because I didn't want to admit that I was wrong.
Yes.
I didn't want to admit that I was wrong. However, when I saw how relieved the students were from me admitting that I was wrong and them saying, oh, it's okay, I realized that, no, they actually need to hear that. Yes. They need to hear it because then they're going to say, oh, Mr. Rose says she's wrong, so it's okay. It's safe for me to say I'm wrong. It's safe. There's nothing big that's going to happen if I say I'm wrong and you're right.
The trust.
Yep.
And can I actually ask something else kind of relating to that? Can you see the difference of the students who maybe don't get that at home?
100%.
Okay. What does that look like?
That looks like a lot of tantrums. That looks like a lot of, but okay, I understand that. And But, it looks like a lot of back and forth arguing. So, yeah, that definitely reminds me of one of the big things about being a teacher is going to their level, going down to their level. You're not here. They're not here. You have to meet somewhere. Yes, you're the adult.
She's really good at it.
Yeah. Yes, you're the adult and they're the child, but they have to slowly come up to you. The same way that my last guest, Patricia, talked about leadership. You're leading the kids to become pretty much you, to be adults, so it's pretty amazing.
Made me cry.
So I know that you did not plan on being a teacher, but here you are.
Yes.
What is your advice for new teachers?
Take every day as a learning point. I really love to say anyone who enters like the school space and they ask me for advice, I love not knowing. I actually would love to be in a position every single day that I don't know something, because that opens your mind to getting to learn something new. Learning something new is uncomfortable and it's important in the classroom. You have to be able to shift. Every student is different. Everyone has different needs. I mean, we're talking about humans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tiny humans.
Tiny humans. They're literally, what I like to say, adults are just kids with money. So it does have a connection. So I like to say, be open. If every lead teacher has a different way of doing things, and I like to have an open mind, asking questions. How do you do this? What expectations do you have? How can I support you? There are some teachers that I find don't like asking for help. So I have to read and I don't ask. Because I can, just by looking at what she's doing, and you would see this often when we work together. If I saw she was doing something, I would just start doing it. I wouldn't even question, because I'm just looking to learn and then offer support.
Okay.
Right? Instead of just like laying back. That's not the point. The point is to really be part of the classroom environment.
Yes,
that's how
be
you
an
do
active participant, because it is your classroom too.
Exactly.
It is not the lead teacher's classroom. It is our classroom. It is a kid's classroom. So now it's time for rapid fire questions.
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Even though I know everything about her.
That's true.
I know everything about her, but we're going to do the rapid fire questions anyway.
Yes, ma'am.
One word for teaching.
Patience.
Patience. Favorite part of the day.
I like morning arrival. You get to see all the characters.
Oh, and you get to see how they are when how they're feeling when they come in.
That's really cute.
Hardest part of the day.
Ooh, nap. Nap is hard.
Nap is hard. Moment that made you tear up.
The end of year, you really see all you did throughout the year and how they became more confident and they just show up differently. That always makes you cry. Yeah.
One thing that students don't know.
About me?
In general, about teaching.
I'm also learning. I'm also learning. And that's the best part of it is I don't know everything. I always say that. I don't know everything.
I don't know everything. And they're just like, what? What do you mean? Coffee or silence?
Silence.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Wait. Coffee or silence?
Or silence.
Coffee isn't what?
Drinking coffee.
Oh, no, silence. I don't really like coffee like that.
I knew that. I knew that.
Unless my mom makes it for me.
Unless your mom, yes.
Yeah.
If you notice, we are wearing Piglet and Pooh Bear shirts. Yes. And Piglet is my favorite character. And if I'm Piglet, that means that she is Pooh Bear.
And also, Pooh Bear is also my favorite.
Yes.
I like to say that she is the Piglet to my Pooh Bear.
And she is the Pooh Bear to my Piglet. Christina, thank you so much for joining me. Oh, I'm so grateful to have you on the show. I'm so grateful to have you as a friend. I'm so grateful to have you as a teacher.
You made me cry.
It's okay to get emotional. Listen,
you're right.
Beyond the classroom, we get emotional beyond the classroom.
Teachers cry?
Teachers cry. Teachers cry. So if you would like to be part of the conversation, please click the link in the bio and fill out the guest information form. I would love to have you on the show, and I would love to talk to you. Bye.